I founded Homer Energy as a spinoff from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory with the software that I developed there, going back over 25 years. But a year and a half ago, we were acquired by UL, which is a global company, 14,000 employees. It's been around since 1894. But I'm the microgrid, mini grid, distributed generation expert because I've been doing that for literally decades. So my formal title is Global Microgrid Lead. And UL has enormous experience and capabilities with utility scale large projects. And I'm sort of bringing the distributed capability to them. I'm supposed to be like an ambassador, flying around the world, promoting the concept and the company, but obviously I'm not doing that. So I'm doing a lot of these kind of virtual events. It goes back a long way. I was an undergrad in the 70s, and I took a course. I was an international studies major, took a course on East Africa, actually, which turned out to be part of my thesis. And I read a book by E.F. Schumacher called Small is Beautiful. And that was, in the 70s, energy was a big deal. It was a huge problem. So that got me focused on that. My dad thought, oh, you want to go into energy? You should go work for Exxon. And I said, no. That's exactly the wrong direction. You don't get what I'm trying to do here. And so it was a conference I went to in 78 that Solar 78, I think it was called, that got me started, really. Well, like I say, I've been doing this for decades. So that was the hardest question that you sent me, because there's so many moments. But I think, for an American to go to a remote village, or so all over Africa, I've been to quite a few in Myanmar and in the Pacific, and see how valuable electrification can be. What a difference it can make in people's lives. So I've moved beyond I'm still seriously motivated by the environmental benefits, but there's a huge human development element to it as well. And to see what's really memorable is some of the really badly maintained diesel generators I've come across, and that people have to rely on these things that they keep them running barely, but they're really inefficient, and they're noisy, and it's just amazing that they even work. Some of the ones I've seen. So that really has pressed upon me the need for decentralized solar, especially in Africa. I mean, not exclusively, but Africa is the biggest place biggest opportunity for that. The role of the utility companies, it's a real obstacle to bringing electricity to rural areas in two ways. One is they go think, well, I'll just wait for the utility to get here. Well, the utility isn't providing adequate most utilities. I don't want to generalize too much, but in general, most utilities in Africa are not providing adequate service to their existing customers. So they should be fixing that before they go and get new customers. And the tariffs, and of course it varies from place to place, but the tariffs are too low. So the utility companies are losing money. And if they bring on new customers, they're just going to lose more money. So this is a broken model. And for the mini grid developers who are capable of providing high quality, highly reliable, 24/7 power, but it's going to cost more. It's not going to be 10 cents a kilowatt hour. It's going to be a lot more than that. But it's still going to be enormous improvement over kerosene and batteries and walking to the next village to get your cell phone charged. So the people in those villages, yeah, they don't have a lot of money. It's true, but they're spending it on kerosene and batteries and stuff. And it would be a great deal for them to pay, even if it was 40 cents a kilowatt hour. It's still a huge improvement over what they currently have, and waiting for the utility to bring them 10-cent power, which is not going to be reliable. It's probably not going to happen either, but it is holding up the whole electrification movement or initiative. And so we should just say, no, the utilities need to fix their world in the cities, and in the rural areas we'll do mini grids, and we'll charge 30 or 40 cents, whatever it takes. It's still way better than kerosene and batteries and dry cell batteries. So it really depends on what happens with the pandemic. But as soon as the pandemic is sort of over, I see mini grids just taking off. I see, you've got a lot of developers geared up, starting to do stuff. You've got development finance institutions, making funding available. You've got a lot of interest in this, and it's pent up demand. And the pandemic is a bit of an obstacle, and it's a little unclear when that's going to end. But as soon as it does, I see things exploding.